That's right. Say Blues Clues rock. Blues Clues rock! This cute puppy balloon is Blue. He's the star of the popular preschool show Blues Clues with his signature left paw in full view. He's 41 feet tall, and this is my announcer voice, 32 feet wide, 62 feet long, with a volume of 16,500 cubic feet. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been calling, excuse me. She is the only female balloon in this year's parade, and only the 5th female balloon ever. And now let's have a hand for gender equality here at the parade. Gender equality.
Yeah. They're Tiny Spice Baby Paprika, Mailbox, Shovel and Pail, Slippery Soap, and Tickety Tock. They're all helping Steve figure out the paw print clues that Blue left on the float. While we're talking clues, here's 3. She's a smart puppy, she's Blue, and she's headed this way.
All right, let me think about this. Could it be Blue herself?
Is that your final answer?
Yes, Regis, that's my final answer.
Blue's debut is brought to us by Nickelodeon. Incidentally, she's only the 5th giant female balloon in the parade ever.
And by the way, she's a smart puppy, guys. Those clues she left behind for Steve tell us why she's thankful today.
Stay with us for the all-new Captain Kangaroo, Big Bag Voodoo Daddy, Mambo King Lou Bega, and a number from the Broadway musical Ragtime, and Santa Claus, live here on NBC.
You know, half a century ago, this guy battled the big blaze, and he's still at it. Harold the Fireman is a recreation balloon who, in the 40s, floated down Broadway as a baseball player and a policeman. But today, our 4-story tall hero returns to honor his heroes, the New York City Fire Department.
There's Harold. Adding to the merriment, a guy who's definitely come out of his shell. Get it? Furnished by the Planters Company, Mr. Peanut. America's most lovable lagoon takes center stage of his own.
Look who it is, Rocky and Bullwinkle. Now that's a special float. Of course, they've been in the parade for a while. This certainly isn't their first appearance, but they sure do look special. And we've seen them right here. Yeah, we're seeing them right here at Columbus Circle, and they are the dynamic duo. They're direct from Frostbite Falls, Minnesota. I didn't know that.
Bullwinkle J. Moose, to use his full name, made his parade debut in 1961 and returned in 1996 with his pal Rocky, or Rocket J. Squirrel, to use his full name. They became the parade's first ever 2-character balloon.
Together they are an impressive 68 feet long and 32 feet wide, and they hold over 9,000 cubic feet of helium. And I must say, Bullwinkle is particularly fetching in that "What's about a you" sweater.
I love the beanie cap, don't you, with a spinning propeller? Of course, he and Rocky have been buddies for a long time. This month marks their 40th anniversary as a team.
Now, has anyone out there not heard of Austin Powers? Can you raise your hands if you had? Fred, see, I didn't think so.
Katie and Al, you ready to celebrate another anniversary? Together again for the 2nd time in Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Jay Ward's Bullwinkle gives a moosey back ride to his flying friend Rocket J. Squirrel as they celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. And they're furnished by Universal Studios, and they are classics.
Moosey back ride.
Like
Cute.
it?
Yeah. And next summer, Bullwinkle will make his silver screen debut in the live-action animated motion picture, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. Our dynamic duo will definitely need some handlers if they're going Hollywood. Right now, they've got 50. In fact, there are 1,000 Macy's employees just handling the balloons in today's parade.
You know where Bullwinkle went to college, don't you?
Oh, yeah. What's out of you?
Exactly. They're proud of him there. I think his pal Rocky said it best. Bullwinkle has more brains in his little finger than he has in his whole head.
hear Waukesha, Wisconsin's North Star Band as they march south on Broadway with
the characters that almost every child in America knows and loves. Certainly every child with a television set. Those are the cartoon favorites, Rugrats.
This is their third year in the line of march, and they remain the first ever three-character balloon in the parade. The balloon is 60 feet long, 28 feet wide, and 48 feet high, excuse me, with a volume of nearly 17,000 cubic feet.
And that's one-year-old Tommy Pickles up there with his best pal, Chucky, who's wearing the glasses, and they're both aboard Tommy's loyal pooch, Spike.
They've got a couple of great tracking devices to keep them bounding down the parade route. If you notice Spike's 20-foot-long snout and Chucky's 12-foot eyeglasses, that should keep them on course.
That's a great-looking balloon. I have to say, I love that one. Look at them. They're adorable.
They're looking slightly confused.
But happy. We've got some...
Meanwhile, Nickelodeon furnishes us with Rugrats, those TV babies who know all about life from a little one's view. Macy's first three-character giant balloon is the size of 20 playpens. Leading the bunch, that take-charge child himself, Tommy Pickles. Holding on for dear life, Tommy's bespectacled best buddy, Chucky, that lovable scaredy cat. And along for the ride, of course, Tommy's dog, Spike.
Well, you know, Katie, Tommy may be in diapers, but he really gets things done. As he says, a baby's got to do what a baby's got to do. According to Worrywart Chucky, there's nothing to fear but monsters. The way Chucky sees it, when all else fails, cry. Those designer specs are wider than 2 bunk beds.
And Spike, well, he doesn't say very much, but he does take the babies on some exciting adventures like today's. Spike's snout is as long as a school bus. All in all, the fabric needed to create the Rugrats balloon is enough to make uniforms for 300 of today's marching band members.
And lighting the way for Santa's arrival at Herald Square.
It was twice as long. And but it's more than 5 miles. But 51 years ago, back in '47, the route was changed to the one that we use today.
And the question for the day, as this next balloon comes by, is, can a pig be described as cute? Well, the evidence in favor, Petula Pig. She's as dainty as you can be when you're nearly 5,000 cubic feet of helium inside you.
Well, you must admit the helium makes Petula very light on her feet, which isn't easy when you're 36 feet high and 25 feet wide, and when your feet are 13 feet long. And that's just in her ballet shoes as she pirouettes by us down the parade route.
Now, as you know, Fred, this is the neighborhood for ballerinas. I actually studied dance right around the corner, and we're only a few blocks south and east of Lincoln Center, one of my favorite places in New York, which is the home base for the New York City Ballet and the American Ballet Theater.
Well, believe it or not, I never studied.
Pirouetting down the parade line for the first time, hamming it up, hogging the spotlight, hamming. It's Petula Pig, furnished by the John Deere Company, which provides the official balloon utility vehicles for Macy's Balloons. Legend has it, you know, gang, that Ms. Petula's Swine Lake gets a slopping ovation whenever she performs it.
Hey, you know, word is also that Miss Petula squealed with delight when her favorite recording stars performed today. Do you know which one that is?
Who would
The
that be?
Bacon Brothers?
Ah.
Final answer?
Yes.
No, I mean, please make that your final answer.
Actually, it would be quite a pig feat for any sow to fill Petula's slippers. They're size 13 and a half feet. She's being gracefully escorted down Broadway by Macy Balloon captain Chris Meyer and her team.
I love this next story. Talk about creative findings. Fallon, Illinois, funded their trip to New York by putting themselves up for adoption. Now, $25 bought hometowners bragging.
Yeah.
Now, we know that Barney is a TV star among the preschool set, and he's making his 6th appearance in this parade.
Wow. Now, Barney is 58 feet tall. He's 30 feet wide and 44 feet long. He is filled with 11,500 cubic feet of helium, and it takes 50 balloon handlers to keep his big paws on the ground.
Now, the route he and all his buddies in the parade take is 2.5 miles long, which isn't a lot when you take in those big dinosaur steps.
But it does take a balloon or a float about 1 hour from the time it starts at 77th Street until it reaches the end of the route down at 34th Street at 6th Avenues and Macy's.
That's right. You know, when this parade began back in '24, the route
All set to have a super-de-duper millennium is Balloon Barney, also furnished by Lyric Studios. The real Barney, by the way, will be roaming the U.S. and Canada on a 2-year tour of the live show Barney's Musical Castle. If Barney weren't already a star, he might experience a little age discrimination in the workplace because he's 200 million years old.
But he looks pretty good, Katie, and much taller than any T-Rex in history. He's half the size of the Museum of Natural History, just 2 blocks up from the parade starting line. He's stupendous.
Red Hot Recording Stars 98 Degrees, followed by Santa sledding into Herald Square when Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade continues.